So good morning, folks. Oh, miserable again, raining. I think we're doomed never to be allowed to put the roof tiles on the kitchen. Anyways, I think it's only for one day. I got some fuel this morning for the out there. I don't know if you can see it through the misty window for cutting the rest of that log up. But Tracy's been busy while I've been doing other things. So she started to paint the she's just primed. These are the two side pieces for the let me just show you, be easier. I'm going to take it out here. They've got to be cut and fitted in, but basically they're going to go in there, and then I'm going to make tops with lift up lids, and they'll be called boot boxes. So they're boot boxes for the porch. We've got one either side. So she's been priming them up, and then just doing light filler. I'm handheld here. She's done the door as well, so she's put some primer on that, which goes in there. Okay, and she's primed that as well. We're going to start. We've got to fit that back yet. We've got all these primed. I've just put all the plastics in. Well, these were primed the other day. These were primed a few days before, but these are all the beads. This is the staff bead and the parting beads for the Venetian window I'm going to be making. And I've put all the tracks in, so you can see the little tracks here. And then what happens is we use this here. It's taped up in a moment. So this here is a brush, and that gets slid inside the track in there, and that creates brush. But I'll show you all that when we get to that. Let's go in the workshop, see what else I've been up to. Still coughing. So I've been making the first thing for the kitchen, the back door. So I've got an oak seal I've made up. There's quite a lot of work in it, because not only have I got to make the slope there, so you see it on profile. Yeah, I've got this groove here I've got to make the slope, got to make the drip at the front, and that groove is to put the weather bar in. Let me you would have seen it when I made the porch. I've done the same sort of thing. So we have this rubberized, it's like a bubble, rubber bubble here. Let me go profile again. So there you go. Okay, and the door on the rebate closes up to this rubber and pushes on it, and that creates a seal at the bottom of the door and stops the drafts and any water coming in. But no water would come in anyway, because the I always do a step here and then slope away. And unfortunately I haven't got a cutter for this, so I have to do that by hand. I have to cut this bit out by hand and plane it, sorry. And then there's the head to go on it. Yeah, and then the two styles. I'll show you them when I start putting them together anyway. So, another funny day. Can't get out because of the rain. So I'm going to stay in here today, finish this off, put this together, take it off to the paint shop. I mean Tracy. And then I'm going to start making the Venetian window. Okay, kitchen door frame put together. There you go. Oak seals. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, now let me just explain as well here. Look, so we've got a groove here. I don't know if you can see this here. You can see a groove all the way around. Okay, and what we do is we insert a gasket into that, what we call a gasket. So when the door closes, it closes onto there and creates a seal from the outside. Any water running down that gasket, which it will, right, let me just show you here because you've got better light. The gasket will be sitting right down onto this part of the seal. So the water will run down onto this part of the seal and then run away, rather than running onto the flat bit. There's a weather bar here that stops the weather coming in anyway in the drafts, but this water will be taken away properly. So that's how you do that anyway. Well, that's how we've always done it in the UK. So now I'm going to take this off to the paint shop, and what we're going to do is, I'll get Tracy, she's going to, first of all, she's going to seal it with a shellac oil sealer, and then when that's dry, she's going to put a silver oxide, or what else do they call it? Aluminium oxide paint. And what they use that for is mainly on the bottoms of boats and that, so it's totally waterproof. Has to be. And what that does is belt and braces. That gives us a nice protection. Anyway, let's take it off to Tracy to the paint shop, I'm calling it now. It's off to work we go, with a bucket and spade and an hand grenade. There we go. Let's take this into Trace.
Hello.
You're right.
Welcome to my workshop.
Hang on, you grab that. So I'm trying to do the film at the same time. No. So something else for you to paint now, Trace.
Yep.
So tell them what you're going to do.
Right, what I'm going to do, let me just get it. I'm going to use shellac oil concoction, which Budo makes. And what it is, it's a sealer. And I always put it on before I actually put the paint on. I'm not going to be putting a normal primer on here. I'm going to be putting an aluminium primer, which is a much more dense primer, isn't it, before we do our
Well, as I was saying earlier, they use it on the bottom of boats.
Yeah.
We've always used it, you know, when we had the joinery shop in England.
It's gone back a long time.
I used it on everything I made. It's belt and braces, and
it's good.
It gives satisfaction to the customer that it's not going to rot at any time.
How beautiful. I know we're painting this, and but isn't that beautiful? Just the pink. It's just
it's
so
a lovely pinky colour. It's this is the sequoia, by the way, people. Okay, so that's your giant redwood trees, like, and then you've got oak seals. That's another thing. When we ever make a window or doors, anything like that, we always put oak or hardwood seals, whether it's like Digbo or Meranti, Sapele, or anything like that. We always use a hardwood seal because you step on it all the time, and that would be too soft to be stepped on all the time. So you have that, and also that's where all your weather's going to be, is at the bottom of the wood. Anyway, so
this is a good start, isn't it? Because this is the frame for the door.
Yeah, this frame I've made here goes here. Okay, so that's going to go in here, and that's that start. Now, while Tracy's priming and protecting that window, that door frame, sorry, I'm going to start making this window. So I'm going to run up all the materials today. As you can see, still raining. So,
but the positive is that it doesn't stop work for myself and you, does it?
no, that's right. So we can still work in here for now. So you're going to crack on with that. But we've looked at the forecast, and it's saying there's only a day or so of this, and then we can get back, and then I can get up on this roof and do some tiling. Anyway, so I'll let you crack on with that, Travy. And I'll go and start on the running up materials. Lovely. We'll come back later when Tracy's got a little bit some primer on it.
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn. We could stay to watch the sunrise, cancel all our plans. We don't need a reason why we just can't. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Caught myself free falling deep into your eyes. You came to me without warning.
Oh well, another update on the weather. Get up again this morning. So yesterday you saw it was pouring with rain all day, and we wake up to this again this morning. It's relentless. I think it ain't too cold actually. It's which is a saving grace, I suppose. But just have a little look. So these paw marks here, okay, they're fox. Because Chessie hasn't been out yet. So we've had a fox come through here. It's gone here. It seems to have gone round the back of the log, gone over there, and then it's come back again. There's 2 lots of paws there. But yeah, it's snowy again. But hopefully this will be the last of it now. You know, I know there's much colder places around the world, and you have it a lot harder. I'm just whinging because I want to get on with the roof and get things done, you know, like many people I suppose. But anyway, that's just a quick update on the weather. Good job I'm working indoors today and making some joinery. Let's crack on. So folks, I just wanted to show you this. This is out of my machine when I'm doing the planing. And this here is the red sequoia. Yeah, and it's like a nice rosy colour. It actually has an earthy sort of rose smell to it. It's I can't explain it. It's not like any wood I know, but it's just got a lovely earthy smell about it. Now what we do with this in the future, we'll use it for bedding for our poultry when we get our chickens, guinea fowl, geese and stuff we're getting for the homestead. And this will be in the recycling bin, in the recycling system, which will go into the compost on our homestead. And we use that, you know, for making compost. It becomes the nitrates. So on the farm, it's a good product to have for doing lots of different things. So nothing is wasted, if you understand. I'm trying to get to is it comes off the machine. I make something. I made a product out of the wood, and then this gets used in 2 or 3 different ways. It can be used for bedding, like I say, bedding for the poultry. It can be used for drying up the ground a little bit and then scraped off and put on the compost, or it can go straight to the compost. It can even be used, what I can do with it is put a couple of handfuls in the wood burner, and it gets it's like a kindling, it gets the wood burner going. So it's all good for the farmstead, the homestead if you want. And it's regenerative, you know. And another good thing is when it becomes the compost, it goes onto our no-dig garden and helps grow food. So it's all within the system. Yeah, I thought you might be interested in that.
Country lanes and coastal plains, endless views that we're passing through, making our way to a distant place, just us two, somewhere new. Watch the sky fade into the night. With you, my arms, nothing can go wrong. We'll fall asleep on a starlit beach, just us two, somewhere new.
So you can see there, I'm putting together, this is a cutter block for a spindle moulder, okay? This goes on the shaft of the spindle, this drops on, and then there's a big bolt that goes on that's over there. And what I'm doing is I'm just setting up the new set of blades, and I'll show you in a second what they're going to be achieving, or what that one has just achieved. This one I've taken off, and this one has achieved this. I'll show you. Grab hold of one of these. So hopefully you can see I'm a bit cramped in here in my makeshift workshop. So it's created this tongue and V-jointed here on the panel of the door. So now what I'm doing is this side, which is the groove. All right, so T&G, tongue and groove, but this one's going to be a beaded tongue and groove, which I'll show you later. So I'm just setting up the cutter block now. Now the thing is about these cutter blocks, this is a tiger block. I bought this many years ago, probably in '96 I think it was. It was about the same time I got this machine. And it's a very universal type of cutter block. You can do a lot of things with it. It's very heavy. I have many blocks. I've got lots of different types of blocks, but this one is used a lot, especially for T&G work. Or tongue and groove to you guys. Paneling. There you go. So there's another one there. But these are the sort of things you don't see carpenters setting up much. And this is a necessary tool for profiling and moulding and things like that, you know. But I'll just show you how I put it all together. So now I'm finished with them blades. Now this is another set. So this one goes upwards. So this one's upwards, this one's downwards. Okay. Not that none of you are ever going to do this, but I just thought it might be interesting to watch. It's mundane to me because I do it all the time, but it's just something different for you guys. And I have some really big cutter blocks, big things like this up here for doing massive profiles, cornicing work, architrave, giant architrave work and everything. I used to have all that when I was doing the conservation stuff. Now these bolts here I'm doing up, I have to give them a bit of a wrench up because these are the ones we don't want to fly out, because this spins very fast in the spindle moulder. I think it's about 8,000 RPM or something like that, up to. And then what these are is, this is like a saw, like a saw blade on a saw, but it's just a smaller version to go in here. And what they do is they cut the groove. So I'll put them in there, drop some bolts down in there, and then I'll do them up in a minute. I'm just going to drop the other one in. And you must get them in the orientation right, the right way. So the block is spinning that way, okay? And your cutters want to be going that way as well, so they're all cutting at the same time. So it's doing a couple of jobs at once, this is. And I was just checking on that block. It says there 6,000 RPM, yeah, or 6,800 actually. So it does spin quite fast. It's a big old chunk of metal spinning at that speed. And if you've got your hands caught in there, it'll just pull you in, rip your hand off probably. So you've got to be so careful. You've got to know what you're doing, yeah? You get people that go and buy these machines and they get going with them and they cause themselves accidents, you know, because they're not knowing what they're doing. You need to be very careful. And you need to get your setup right as well. Let me just finish this one off for you and then we'll get it on the machine. Right, so I've just got to line them up. This one's always a little bit tricky, these are. You've got these little washers here. And they've got to keep them in line. Let's just line that up. It's pretty much there. One in. Cough's coming to an end now. Still coughing a little bit, but it's coming to an end now. I feel much better. Don't feel so wheezy in the chest. Tracy's is pretty much gone now. Tracy's doing a bit of painting today. We'll have a look at that later. So, we do these ones up tight. Give them a bit of torque. My torque is the bend in the bar. That's enough. That's it. That's that one done. And there you go, that's a tiger cutter block. Great tool. Should do, you know, if it's looked after, should last for hundreds and hundreds of years. Not that I need it for that long, but it can be passed on and passed down. Like I say, I've had it about nearly 30 years now, and it's a little bit of a polish up. It's like brand new. Anyway, a bit different, wasn't it?
Later on in the night, when the crowds have gone, we could talk under moonlight till dawn. We could stay to watch the sunrise, cancel all our plans. We don't need a reason why we just can't. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Caught myself free falling deep into your eyes. You came to me without warning, but I knew why. I wish I could stop time and stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while? Stay in this moment, never think about going. Won't you stay with me for a little while?
So as you can see, Tracy's painting up the boot boxes, covers.
Yep, for our porch. I've already done my priming on the actual frame. I didn't have to prime the meshes because they already came primed. I've done my filling, sanded down, and I will always say once you've rubbed down, I would just go over whatever you're going to paint with the damp cloth, because it will just lift all the bits off, and obviously let it dry. And now I'm doing 2 coats, it will be, of Mizzle by Farron Ball.
No, that's not Mizzle, is it?
Oh, sorry, not Mizzle, Skylight.
Skylight, yeah. Mizzle's for the other one, for the other stuff, yeah.
Skylight by Farron Ball, which is, it's got like a hint of a very pale sage, hasn't it?
Like a sagey,
what I would call a minty sage.
It's hard to see in this light because it's terrible light in here at the moment.
But if you look against this one, which hasn't been done, you can actually...
Yeah, Skylight, I quite like that colour, it's nice.
I thought it was quite subtle, and it will go lovely with the tomates and with the oak porch as well. So...
Country lanes and coastal plains, endless views that we're passing through, making our way to a distant place, just us two, somewhere new. Into the night, with you in my arms, nothing can go wrong. Fall asleep on a starlit beach, just us two, somewhere new, somewhere new.
So cool. Right in the eyes.
Just us two. I'll follow you to somewhere new, somewhere new.
Okay then, so nearly at the end of the day now. Just going to put the paneling in. Going to have a cup of tea first, but it's all dry jointed. There's no glue in it yet. It's just pushed together. All the mortise and tenon work's done. On this one, I'll show you when I strip it down. You get your normal mortise and tenon, and then you get what you call a bare-faced mortise and tenon. Okay. This means that this side here is flush with this, as opposed to up there, which is forward, so you have a shoulder. So there's no shoulder. We call it a bare-faced tenon. And that's all in your red sequoia. Beautiful wood to work with. So nice to tool as well. Like tools go well with it. So I'm just going to leave it there for a half hour. I'm going to have a cup of tea. Sit down and have a little rest for a few seconds because I've been at this all day. And then I'll come back in and I'm going to cut the panels into size and glue it all up. Let it settle and then take it to Tracy's paint shop tomorrow morning. Anyway, that's the tenon job. That's the proper way to do your door. Mortise and tenon. None of these mechanical silly fixings like dowels and dominoes and all that. You don't want all that rubbish. If you're going to learn carpentry, learn it properly. Do mortise and tenon work. It's the only way to make proper joinery. So I'll just put the panels in their position. Nothing is glued, everything is loose, okay? So you just see it dry jointed. When you see the overhang, we call them the horns. They get cut off after. But that's the door, the outside of the back door when you see it. Okay, that's dry jointed. And I can't show you the back because it's too dark, I think. I'll have a quick little glimpse. So, there's your back, all right? Your mid-rail. And like I said, going back on the mortise and tenons is all there. It's all dry jointed. It'll all be jointed and trimmed. And it's a solid back door. What it is we're keeping in the theme of the internal doors, which are ledged and braced. This is actually a framed ledged and braced. And when I say that, that means it's got a solid frame, which is 2 inches thick. And overall is 4 1/4, but this is 3 1/4 width here, because there's a rebate in there for everything to sit back into. Anyway.
I've been contemplating all my time. My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if there's peace that I could find. Instead everything seems hazy. Is there some place for safety I can go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away.
So do you want to explain what you're doing there, Trey? What you're using?
I'm using aluminium oxide paint. I've already put my sealer on, which is very important. So
That's
this,
the shellac oil, yeah?
yeah, this was the shellac.
No,
the
no,
first one that I put on was the shellac oil, and this is actually a very important primer, isn't it? The
Yeah.
aluminium one, especially 'cause-
Silver oxide is always
Yeah.
the best primer you can use, really.
Yeah. Because it's going to be external. I know it's going to be internal and external,
Yeah. But anyway, let me say the external stuff, you always use the silver oxide. Like I've said before, the boat builders use it on the hull of the, or is it called the hull? Yeah, the hull of the boats, and it's tried and tested, and it is definitely the best primer you can use. And it's
easy to apply.
It's easy to apply. It's got actually aluminium or silver oxide, they call it, inside it. So it's you know, it gives a good coating. It's good protection, and
You only need
it
one
really
coat as well.
it does two jobs. It sort of protects and it also preps for the next coat. So it works in conjunction with the shellac oil underneath. So that's, like we were saying, is a key thing to keeping these things preserved, and a lot of people miss that, and a lot of tradesmen miss that that first coat of sealer, which is the important one. And in the old days they used to shellac everything, or shellac oil as well. I use the shellac oil, which I make up my own, and that does the job, like, you know. And you're enjoying yourself there, aren't you, Trey?
I love it. I love being painting again, and shellac is used a lot in furniture.
Yep, for shellackish furniture.
Polishing, French polishing, and so it's fantastic. But what I love about this is it's like an primer, isn't it? But it's so thick. That's what I like, and obviously because it's oil based.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
I am a fan of oil based paints. I must admit. I know they take a long time to dry, but
Oil is the best.
yeah, 100%.
There is no water-based paint that is better than oil-based paint.
No,
There just isn't. I've used them, I've tried them all, and you end up getting called back 2 years later. Oh, it's starting to bubble, or what do you reckon? Oh, no, we'll scrape it off and we'll put oil on.
they've gone a lot to water based stains, haven't they? And it's so hard. I remember back in the UK we had to find a specialist company, didn't we, to get oil stains as well.
Certain things are all right in water-based, like waterborne lacquers, two-pack lacquers, you know, for floorings and work surfaces and that. But
Yeah.
you know, it's all this water-based stuff is a bit DIY for me. And
We want longevity.
for external, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about internal, because internal it can be a nice product internally, but externally it's not. It's too complicated.
It's so nice to have the sun on my back as well.
Yeah, you see that there? Look, Trace.
Yeah.
Let me just show. It looks like a crack, doesn't it? But it's actually in the grain.
Yeah.
It's actually in the grain of the wood. So, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out this one, and we'll see you on the next one.